Good evening everyone, GT3 here, back into the commentary box once again for round 3 of Late Night Racing's Thursday night series, the 2015 Blancpain GT3. Continuing on from round 2 of Brands Hatch, we are still in England and we have typical English weather. Cold, wet and miserable conditions coming to you tonight from lovely Silverstone. Just setting up my stream. What do we want? We want that there. I want to share that to there. I wonder, can I? There we go. I actually shared it on Discord. That's a first. Tick the box for me. Anyway, back into it now. I've got that set. At this stage, just a bit of a recap. If I go back there, and results from last round, we had Klaassen come through with a win in round 2 for the pros over True Gamer. Brocco was 3rd, Dizzy was 4th, Pickle was first home for the AMs in 5th. Which, if we look at the overall standings now for the first 2 series, this man here, Pickle, is leading the series with a win last round and 2nd in round 1, so he's sitting on 45 points over Jester, who's not here tonight, unfortunately. We're sitting on 39 points, and then we go back to 3rd in the championship and 1st in the pros is Silky Apollo with 37 points. Oh, actually, very interesting. We have Silky Apollo, Mr. Brocco, Sparrowfart, and Klaassen all tied on 37 points. Been saying that Sparrow's in the AM class, so but if you look at Silkia, Brocco, Klaassen are all tied on 37 points, so very close in the Pro Series between these gentlemen. So far practice has only just been going for about 5 minutes. So looking for Pickle, looks like he's the only one that's put a lap together with a 2:16.6 in the 2015 AMG. And he is a bit up on his time. So I dare say everyone has turned the camber back a bit, put a bit more caster in and put those wet tyres on just to get a bit of grip. Go on board here for a quick spin with Pickle down the last sector of Silverstone, see how the car's handling. Bit on the traction control there. Running very high tonight. Try to get those rear wheels from lighten up. Seems pretty solid. He's 2 seconds up here. This will be a nice time. Comes across the line with a 2:14.555. Nice lap there from Pickle. T-Dub's done a 2:15.45. Sitting in third at the moment. Dizzy in the Bentley. He's done a 2:18, but he's up on this lap. So we'll keep an eye on that. Haymaker's boulder wide there. Looks like it's through Vale, heading into Chapel. Clarkson with a 2:13.3, sitting at the top for now. Once again, looks like we've got a bit of a... Apologies too if you hear the mic mute every now and then. I am suffering a bit of a cold, and before you ask, no, it's not COVID. If I need to cough, I'll just mute the mic, so hopefully I don't get any during commentary for you. It looks like, I was going to say, looks like we are inundated again with AMGs. It looks like it's the favourite for this series, being such an easy and comfortable car to drive. We have five out of the 8 tonight, and we have Sparrow running the only Audi R8 in the field. Dizzy in the big bad Bentley, only one in the field as well. And Haymaker in a McLaren. Everybody else is running AMGs. So Pickle still sitting in second. T-Dub is on a pretty good lap. Just making some time up as he goes through Beckett's. Oh, big slide there from Mr. Brocco. Sparrow sitting in fourth with a 2:16.8. Nice lap there. Got to be careful of these sausage curbs on a few of these corners. They can be quite a bit violent. And very easy, especially through that section there, to run wide. Clarkson has bettered his time with a 2:12.9. Giving him a bit of a gap now over Pickle. But they are in separate classes. Pickle leading the way for the AMs. Well, he's on a bit of a better lap, but he's dirtied his lap somewhere. We jump on board here with T-Dub, who's 1.1 second, just losing a little bit of time going through that back section there as he comes down to the last sector of the track. Deep under brakes as he comes up to the final hairpin. Gets it turned in, leaves it in second, lets it drift all the way out to the outside. On the gas, he's still 8 tenths up. This is going to be a good lap here, put him in the 14s for sure. He crosses the line with a 14.7, good enough for fourth. I think Clarkson just sat at 2:11.6. Silky looks like he's struggling a little bit with the setup. Hasn't really got a lap together yet, but he's about to start a flyer. 2:18.5. Mr. Brocco has done a 2:14.6. Good enough for third, but runs very wide. Sparrow with a 2:15.4. Moves him to fifth. Not a bad lap. Just on 7 minutes of practice left. As Dizzy now sitting in sixth with a 2:17.3. He's 7/10 up on his best lap. We'll go on board here for a lap with the Bentley. See how it handles coming up through the chicane. Short shift there to third to get it turned in. Oh, very deep. Very easily to do as well. Haymaker yet to set a lap. T-Dub and Sparrow sitting in the pits, probably going through a quali setup. Now I believe we go back to the garage. Ambient temperature's 25, track temp's 26 degrees, and it's wet, wet, wet. And we have, after this, we'll have a 10-minute qualifying session. And then we go into a 40-minute race with one compulsory stop for tyres. Even though you probably wouldn't need to change tyres in these conditions, it is compulsory, so everyone has that 30-second stop. No, Jester is here. They're probably running a little bit late, but still got 4 minutes of practice. He'll get a few laps in here to get his head around the conditions. Haymaker now has done a 2:17.1. That's moved him to 6th place. Pickle now on a pretty good lap. He's on par with his fastest lap. As you can see down in the bottom right hand corner, you can see his throttle application, his brake application, what settings he's got on his traction control and his ABS and brake bias. Running map 2. Okay, I thought map 1. Map 1 is the way to go. Gives you better acceleration, even though it uses more fuel. And his ABS is a little bit high, but if that's to his liking. Bailing out there, probably getting his quality set up ready. Mr. Brocco coming down the back section. Just under 2 minutes to go in practice. So hopefully everyone's got a feel for it now. Got tyre pressures dialed in. So Dizzy's moved up to second with a 2:14.44. That's a pretty good lap from the big bad Bentley, but he's got a home ground advantage being an English built car. Well, technically it's not, it's actually German, but we'll say it's English as he bails off into the pits. Trying to find that 50 marker. Get a bit of practice for your pit limiter in. It's always handy to do in the practice. So when it comes time to do it in the race, you don't dive too deep and get a drive through. Actually, no, you get a stop go for speeding your pit lane. That can be very costly. Just on 10 seconds to go, so most of these guys will be doing their last lap. We get back in. Okay, first across the line at the end of practice will be this man here, Silkia. We'll finally put a time on the board. Hang on, no, sorry, Jester. Manages a 2:17 or 2:18. And we got Mr. Brocco. Can you... now we're on to quality. So for practice it was Classen with a 2:11.6. Just on 2 seconds out of Brocco with a 2:13.61. Dizzy in third with a 14.44. Not far behind was Pickle with a 14.55. And pretty close to them as well was T-Dub in fifth with a 14.7. Then we got Sparrow in sixth with a 15.44. Haymaker in seventh with a 15.48. And Jester with an 18.19 rounds out the 8th spot, as Silky never set a lap. But as we now move on to qualifying, as everyone starts to roll out. We've still got Dizzy and Haymaker in the pits. Everyone will just be circling around at the moment trying to get some temperature in to those tyres to get those pressures up. T-Dub now comes up to the final section of the track, getting those temperatures up to start his first flying lap. As he comes through the final hairpin. Nice and tidy through turn one. See how he goes up here. Back into second through Vale and Chapel. Gets a good clean run out. Very deep there, runs a bit wide. Nice and smooth through the chicane. Leaves it in first for this section, gets it turned in nicely. Comes around the last corner with a time of 2:12.8. Nice lap there. Klaassen just behind with a 2:12.13. Mr. Brocco with a 2:15.88. Pickle comes around the final corner. Got Silky just in front of him. Silky does a 13.9, puts him to third. Pickle's done a 13.7, so just jumps Silky up by 2/10 with a 13.78. Nice lap. On 4.5 minutes to go. Everybody now is on their second lap. Oh, Dizzy's about to cross the line. 2:13.56. So he jumps Pickle as well by 2/10. Looks like it's going to be a close battle pack in the middle here. T-Dub sitting in second with a 2:12.8. I'm not sure whether he will come out for another lap. Figures he's leaving the run a little bit late. Probably hoping for a bit of a dry groove for most of the cars. Don't know if that'll happen with the weather we've got predicted. So well, it's going to be very close between Silkia, Pickle and Dizzy. Chester sitting in 7th at the moment with a 17.5. Sparrow comes around, does a 2:12.24, moves him up into third. Nice lap there from Mr. LNR himself. Here comes Dizzy. We're going board with Dizzy here. Dizzy's on just over a second up as it comes into the last corner. Got no wipers on there. So we'll jump back outside. Comes down the final corner. This is going to put him up. Crosses the line with a 2:12.4, moves him to 4th. Carson's managed a 2:10.6, clearing away from the rest of the field by over a second and a half. Pickles managed a 13.15 on the last lap. He's currently sitting in 6th. He is 9/10 up on his lap. We'll keep an eye on that. Silky in 7th as well. 1.8 seconds up. So we're just on a minute to go. Starting to get these fast laps. Justice jumped into the pits. So we'll keep an eye here on Silkier and Pickle as they're coming into this final section. Oh, Pickle's run very wide. That's going to be invalid, but he might get around for another lap. Just stay on board here with Silkier. And the last corner over the line with an 11.7. That's moved him to 2nd. Oh, big slide. Nicely saved, kept it off the wall. So we've got quite a few sitting in the pits. Haymaker sitting in 8th with a 14.3, but he is a second up on his lap. And time has run out. So this will be their last lap. Comes through to the final section, up to the last hairpin before this back straight. He's still a second up, so this hopefully might improve him. Around the final corner, coming up to the line, 6/10 up, to put him into the 13s, the 13.8, but still in 8th. Oh, Pickles had a spin. He's going to be unhappy with that, starting from 7th. Rocco comes around the final corner and crosses the line. There is our qualifying results. We have Clarkson in 1st with a 2:10.69. Silky just on 1 second behind with a 2:11.7. Mr. Rocco in 3rd with a 2:12.18. Sparrow in 4th. Good result there for Sparrow with a 2:12.24. Dizzy just behind in 5th with a 2:12.4. T-Dub in 6th with a 2:12.80. Pickle in 7th with a 2:13.15. Haymaker in 8th with a 2:13.82. and Jester in ninth with a 2:17.54. So there is a pretty close battle group there between Dizzy, Sparrow and Brocco. Just under a second between them. Even throw Silky in the mix there. And then it looks like T-Dub, Pickle and Haymaker. We'll have a bit of a battle section through there. Jester's a lot faster than that too, so he'll work his way up through this pack here, I dare say. But once again, it'll come down to pitch strategy. But like I said, it's going to be wet, wet, wet. So I don't know how much strategy is going to come into it. Everyone's going to have to do the same thing.
Alright, conditions are wet. We have some slippery curves, and also watch out for your braking distance.
So track temp has gone up a little bit to 29 degrees. But I don't think that's going to play into effect too much. Especially with tyre pressures, you might want to drop them about half a psi maybe. Because basically I think you try to aim for, oh pardon me, you got to aim for around 32 psi in the wet. Everyone now will just be going through, double checking that they got their setups right. And as we get to the 30-second bell, the cars will drop. As you can see, most of them are trying to drop now. There's no point staying in if you don't have to. You're not going to gain any advantage over tyre temps. So as I said, we get to 30 seconds, everyone hits the drive button, starts the cars up and gets ready to roll.
30 seconds.
Go, 30 seconds. So, staying double file in the last section of the track is a 40-minute race with the compulsory stops. So, lights are on, wipers are going Burko. And let's see how everybody fares in the first lap. Checking the flashes are working. Everyone roll on out. Waiting on the green flag. Then a short start. Everyone's set.
Green light.
There's the green flag, and we go racing for round 3. Nice and clean so far. Oh, we've got a spin. T-Dub is, I don't know if he's been turned or whether he's done that on his own. We'll go back and have a look at that once everyone's settled in. Bit of a battle going on here for Brocco and Silkia. Sparrow's just sitting back. Well, Sparrow's on the grass. No grip out there, mate. Manages to keep it off the grass. That's left him vulnerable now to Pickle. Making Pickle go down the outside. And it is only early days, so Pickle backs out of it. Everyone's slipping and sliding with those cold tyres. T-Dub's made a recovery. Jester's had a bit of an incident. Or whether those two have made contact in turn 1. Look at the conditions that Brocco's facing with the spray coming off the car in front. That's your visibility. Oh, very deep under brakes, bit of understeer. Oh, we've had a spin. Dizzy's rotated. I don't know if he was helped there, if he was on his own. We've got someone bailing into the pits. I bet you that's Sparrow. Oh, big slide there from T-Dub. Alright, everyone's settled into the groove a bit. Let's go back to lap 1. Want car number 21. Oh, he's just touched the grass. Very unfortunate. And then we'll go to Jester, because he had a bit of an incident right there. Just on that Ripley strip. Very unfortunate. Oh, this is good. We're actually stuck in chopper cam now. No real battles going on. Right, so I wonder whether I'll go back into replay. Change to that view. Oh, Pickles managed to go around the outside of Silkia there. So Pickles made his way up to 3rd. And Silkia will be wanting to have that back. He's suffering a bit here. He's under pressure now from Haymaker. Bit of a touch on that sausage curb. Just unsettled the car for him. So Claessen's pretty much pulling away out the front, 7.1 seconds ahead of Mr. Brocco. Then he's comfortably sitting in 2nd with a 5.4 second gap over Pickle in 3rd. Sparrow back out in 8th. He has done his compulsory stop. We lost someone? I think we've lost Jester. We have too. That's very unfortunate. So Dizzy now starting to claw onto the back of Silkia as Haymaker has managed to get around. So it looks like Silky's having a little bit of an issue early on. now Haymaker's trying to claw back to Pickle. Mr. Brocco's doing a 13.7. Pickle with a 15. Haymaker with a 16. Dizzy with a 15. Clawing that gap in. Go on board here with Dizzy for a lap in the Bentley. Sit back and enjoy the sound of the big V8 GT Continental as he tries to claw back the Silkia. Visibility is quite poor. Haymaker now starting to feel some pressure back from Silkia. Massive slide there from Haymaker, and he has rotated it. Very unfortunate, he's just dropped 3 places there. And he's lost about 5 or 6 seconds now back to Dizzy. As T-Dub has joined the pit lane to do his compulsory stop. So that's definitely taken a bit of breathing space away from Pickle and Silkia. Silkia's now just got to keep his eyes forward, try to close back to Pickle. But he has got a big bad Bentley closing in. Klaassen now has pushed that lead out to 11 seconds over Brocco, with the fastest lap of it to 11.19. Let's go on board here with Mr. Pickle. The last section of this lap. See how the car's behaving for him. Last corner, so a good lap here. 2.14.1, nice lap. Same as Silkia, 2.14.16. Oh, massive slide for Pickle, same as what Haymaker did the lap before. And that's just gifted Silkia and Dizzy have gotten past. Pickle will be kicking himself on that. But he just hasn't lost as much time as Haymaker did. It was a quick recovery. So T-Dub now done his compulsory stop. He is 9 seconds behind Sparrow, but I dare say he'll be closing that gap. So Silky has managed to open a little bit of a gap over Dizzy. Oh, massive slide. No grip out on that green painted stuff. Manages to keep it straight. Good recovery. Lost a little bit of time now. Oh, bit of grass there as well. Very slippery and treacherous conditions here today at Silverstone. Can't really see too much out the back. So if you got a good exit there. Everyone seems to now make it through turn 1 pretty safely. Just so the way it sits now at the moment, Klaassen out in front, Mr. Brocco in second, Silkia in third, and Dizzy in fourth. So the first 4 cars are all pros in the Pro Series. First of the AM is Pickle, followed by Haymaker, who is an AM, Sparrow is an AM, so you've got a 1, 2, 3 for AM, sitting in 5, 6 and 7th. Pickle's managed to open that gap even more, so I wonder if Haymaker's having another issue, because he's now down 18 seconds down. So the gap here between Dizzy and Silkia still fluctuating around that 1 second mark. So they're obviously both doing the same similar times. And Pickle's only 2 seconds behind here. Oh, Dizzy runs a little bit wide. Giving a little bit of time back to Silkia. (14.33) plays a 14.39. Pickle with a 14.1. So all these boys are on same times. Only 2/10 separating these three. And this is the battle for the third step on the podium. As we do have Klaassen out in front, 31 seconds ahead. Sorry, 13 seconds ahead. 17 seconds ahead, sorry, of Mr. Brocco. And then it's a 12-second gap back to these three. And so far we have only got T-Dub and Sparrow that have done their compulsory stop. We are only 17 minutes into this 40-minute stint. So I think Haymaker has had another little bit of an incident, which is unfortunate. And he's down 21 seconds now on Pickle. Claasen's just out on his own, 18 seconds ahead. So this battle group here is starting to heat up a bit. Still a 1.5 second gap between Silky and Dizzy. All it takes is just one slight error from someone and everyone else is ready to pounce. No roof can here with Silky in the AMG for a lap. Slippery curve there. Grass there, he's had to back out of it. T-Dub's in the pits again. Don't know whether he's got damage. Now, looks like Pickle's in the pits. He's doing his compulsory stop. So we'll have to keep an eye on both Dizzy and Silkia when they do their pits to see where Pickle pops out. He did lose a little bit of time to them. He was 4 seconds back from Dizzy. But that can be made up on pit entry, stopping on the pit board. So as we have passed halfway, so just on 18 minutes to go now. So Sparrow's managed to jump Pickle here. So that early pit stop is paying off for him. Getting out in clean air and just putting laps together. On board here for a lap with Sparrow and then Audi. As Clarkson has pulled into the pits to do his stop. Dizzy has gone into the pits as well. So it'll be interesting to see where Sparrow jumps out here. We'll stay on board with him. The Sparrow's jumped Pickle for quite a bit of time, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out in regards to Dizzy. Comes down the last corner. See where Dizzy's in the pits on the map. Dizzy's just coming out of the pit lane now. Just on 4.5 seconds behind, so Sparrow's done really well here. And jumped both Dizzy and Pickle. So in saying that, the gap between Dizzy and Silkia, this means that Sparrow is on, don't want to jinx him, but he's on for a podium position here if he continues this way. But Dizzy will be hunting him down. Just need a few laps to get those tyre temps back up on these new sets. And with 15 minutes to go, anything is possible. So the Haymaker's about to be lapped here. Should be shown the... Actually no, he's not. This is actually for racing position, so it's not a blue flag. Mr. Brocco is now in on the pits. Pickle's lost a lot of time. The Dizzy, it's now down to 11 seconds. So whether the car's just not working on this new set yet. T-Dub's still in the pits, I think he must have just pulled the pin. As Brocco rolls out. Haymaker's in the pits for his stop. So that just leaves Silkia left to pit. Where is he? Silkia, there he is. So we'll just have to wait and see when Silkia pits as to where he falls out in regards to Sparrow, Dizzy and Pickle. I think it'll be very close between Sparrow and Dizzy. Sparrow's managed to open that gap now from 4.5 to 6 seconds over Dizzy. Sparrow's doing an immaculate job here. So from where Sparrow is at the moment in 4th, Silky has just gone into the pits. And he was 48 seconds ahead of Sparrow. Let's just go back here. So we can see here, just rolling in the pits. On the map, you're looking at number 40 going down that back straight. That is Sparrow. And Dizzy just behind him, number 17. As Sparrow comes up to that last hairpin. Coming onto the front straight. Silky is still sitting there. Car hasn't dropped yet. Sparrow crosses the line. He's going to get him here. By a bit too. Where's this play for Dizzy? Dizzy gets past with these two as he just drops. And he's now rolling. So Dizzy has managed to do an undercut. Oh, Mr. Brocco's in the pits again. What's going on there? So it's now moved Sparrow up to 2nd and Silky to 3rd. That's unfortunate there. Let's... Hang on. I've only got 77. Let's have a quick look here and see what's happened. Alright, something's obviously happened. Lap before. No. Or was it the next lap? There we go. So it's come out of the pits. Oh, I wonder if he's on slicks. Yep, I reckon he's on slicks. That is very unfortunate. Tiptoeing around like that means you're skating on ice. What's happened to Dizzy? Dizzy's gone. No. So what's happening to Dizzy? Coming up to this little subsection, a little bit deep under brakes. Runs a little bit wide. Decides to take the shortcut. We out through Maggots and Beckett's. He's just pulled up. Might have had to go. that's very unfortunate too. So the way it's sitting, Klaassen in first, Sparrow in second, Silky in third, Pickle fourth, Haymaker fifth, and Brocco in sixth. And everyone's pretty now much now spaced out. There's no real battles going on. We're just on 7 minutes left to go. Very unfortunate, but costly mistake there from Mr. Brocco. Definitely had a podium chance on for there. So the way it sits now, we have Klaassen in first for the race win and first in class for the pros. This man, Mr. Late Night, Sparrow, sitting in second and in first for class for the AM. We have then Silkia sitting in third and second in class for pro. Then we have Pickle in fourth and second in class for AM. So if I'm going to quickly do some maths here. The way it sits, then I'll move Pickle to 65 points. You'll still be leading the championship. Sparrow will move into 68. Another move Sparrow to the top. Oh. $45, that's 20, 65, 50, 50, 62. So getting close between Pickle and Sparrow. Just coming up to the 4-minute mark, so only a few more laps left. Sparrow has done a tremendous job here. That early pit stop definitely has paid off for him. Got out on his own in clean air and just put his laps together. While everyone else was having small mistakes, he's just undercut everybody. And he's still pulling the gap too on Silkia, out to 13 seconds now. Haymaker's about to have his mirrors full for Mr. Brocco. Trying to catch up. So 1.3 second gap. For 5th position and what we call the last bragging spot on the Facebook page. Down now to point 8. Mr. Brocco's got the lights flashing. Roof cam here. Just because he hasn't got the wipers going, so that means that I reckon Mr. Brocco uses chase cam. A bit of a slide there from Haymaker. Oh, he's running a bit wide there. Mr. Brocco's right on the back of him now. Trying to get a good run out of the exit here. He's had to downshift it back to second to get it straightened up. Got a bit of a run on him here. He's going to look down the inside. As Clarkson is starting the last lap, there'll be one more lap. Oh, Haymaker's bowled it wide. Let's put him in the grass and let's Brocco past. As Clarkson has kept his nose clean, got out in the front early and just pulled that gap. Just been able to just drive to a number. And be win number 2 for this series for Clarkson after winning last round at Brands Hatch. Carrying a little bit of damage to the front of the car there. There's a few scrapes and then on the splitter. Don't know whether he's made contact or that's just worn over time. As he comes onto the back straight for the last time. Oh, we've got someone, oh, that's Haymaker, sitting down here, waiting for Clarkson to pass so he can finish. And as he rounds the last corner, coming onto the front straight, Clarkson will take round 3 of the Blancpain GT3 series. Nicely done. But would have to say man of the match tonight goes to this man. With that early pit stop and just knuckling down and driving. Undercut certainly has paid off for him. As he rounds the final corner. Tip of the hat there to you, good fine serve, Mr. Late Night. Well done, Mr. Sparrow, to take home second place. And coming around the corner to take the 3rd spot on the podium, Silky Apollo. Nicely done for 3rd. Well, there's Pickle in 4th coming up to the last corner. Mr. Brocco's closing in pretty quick here. He's still 4 seconds behind. I just don't think there's going to be enough there. I think Pickle will be safe. As he comes around the last corner and over the line to take 4th spot. And Mr. Brocco crosses the line to take 5th. So that is the end result for round 3. We've classed it with the win. Sparrowfart in 2nd place, Silker in 3rd, Pickle 4th, Mr. Brocco 5th, Haymaker 6th, Dizzy 7th, T-Dub 8th, and Jester in 9th. So I hope you like that, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate it if you do. Thanks for watching, and catch yous next Thursday.